They really need to stop with these pre-match graphics. I'm pretty sure it's 2-0 on Jinxes. But today, we're going to break down how Vitality folded to the only real super team in the world. That's right, an American super team born and bred in the heartland of America. Ignore that they're an EMEA org that moved over to Americas. They're in Americas now. What does that say up there? That's right, America. So let's go ahead and break down how Americans destroyed Europe and all of its kind. Now, Vitality on the bonus round have to navigate a pretty tricky situation because Jogma just runs down here. Durka kills him because the smoke, you can't really block off that part of boxes where Durka came from. When Durka is traded, though, you're put in a very interesting situation. You, 10 seconds into the round, now have to navigate after having used your Teo drone. Up here, you have to entry without a duelist, with no drone. The drone gets used up here. Like, they don't end up using it for the site execute. So this is an odd situation to be in. However, I think it's good that you have a Viper because you could do something on A with that wall to where you don't really have to entry with like a pure duelist making space. You can do it just kind of power of friendship. Let's all four go behind the wall. If someone's in the area that Breach is in right now, they're kind of screwed in a 4v1, right? And Vitality, honestly, started off buying very, very, very well. I honestly debated putting choked in the title because they choked this game, like full stop. It was bad, right? I think it was 5-10 at one point. It was not a good game for Vitality. Speaking of which, you can come and help me with titles in my Discord. You can like give me title ideas, see what I'm doing, see me stream the games, ton of stuff in the Discord. Anyways, so as I said, Breach is going to die there. Now, this kill pretty much solidifies it. Less kills Leaf just because, you know, it feels like it. Valen now kind of screwed. Again, Vitality, they're going to win their bonus round. And this looks very, very bad for G2, right? They're coming off that EDG stomp. Not very good. I think they did win in a game after that, but that's got to be in the back of your mind, right? Because Vitality hasn't lost, as you saw in that pregame graphic. They haven't lost a series all year. They're still the one super team that looks unbroken. I believe the only unbeaten team, the only unbeaten team as of this point in the year because EDG lost to Trace. What are you going to do if you're G2? And the answer is right here. I mean, to be frank, this doesn't look good. You're on an eco. Valen, your hero rifle, is now stuck. He can't get out of this situation. It should be over, right? Vitality 4-0, and it starts a bit of a snowball. However, Valen does die. But Teo is meta. He is king, and he gets the kill onto Kicks here, which makes this a pretty interesting situation because Vitality should still 1,000,000,000% of the time be losing here. However, there is a bit of a problem with entering onto site and re-clearing areas, and you'll see what I mean right here. Safe only has a drone, and he's now your solo initiator to be alive. You aren't on site. This Armageddon Breach combo does a couple of things, and I'm not even sure if it's what G2 were wanting to do here. I think what G2 wanted was use the stun to get the kill with the Armageddon, hopefully. But what it also does is it pushes them back and forces them to re-clear all of this space, which is what they do. Now, the reason I said I'm not sure if that's what they thought of intentionally is it could have been an on-the-fly call, but it probably was what they thought of because Trent's over here trying to, do this. And again, now you can't use, you don't have any util. You don't have the drone. You have nothing. So you have to clear this with your body. Trent gets 2, but wait, less with the kill. 2v3, just don't give ones. Trex, though, jumps out of hookah, takes a 1, but then Leaf able to trade it out, and now less in a very hard situation. But arguably still winnable, right? Stingers, Leaf isn't going to be able to upgrade unless lets him. But Jog also with the Stinger, but again, there's just too much to clear, right? You can't plant this, 2 people on the prowl, you don't know where one of them is, boom. So G2, get the eco and start the comeback. Now, if you're locked in the Lionzblade lore, you know the dragon is taking over my bed. However, there's a new Lionzblade lore update. So the dragon bought some goons, put them on here. I can't sleep on my bed anymore. I sleep on the floor over there. But he said he's on the lookout for an EMEA team that can beat an America's team. I don't think he'll ever come back. However, the goons will not leave unless we get 100 comments. So let me sleep on my bed again for 100 comments. Lionzblade lore, part 2, update. G2 win the following round, but what I want to talk about is this eco round. Look at all the ults online for Vitality, right? That's 4. And because of that, you have how they end up playing, how G2 end up playing on B. What you notice is when they finally go for the B execute after this kind of push down, Jog doesn't see anyone and he goes, oh, well, Guess I should TP and reinforce B. They're playing fully off site here. I also love the dog drone combo just to make sure you know what's on site here. But no one's on site because they're worried maybe, you know, to flip this round. Maybe they aren't ecoing because there's a chance that like Durka and Trex, Safe even, all have some sort of maybe rifle half shield or less util or something combo. But also that Durka could have just his showstopper and go in sight based off of that. Some teams do that. Now, they don't originally, and this I think is kind of a mistake by them. If you're going to invest very heavily into a round, I want that to be the mentality from the start. Now, understand if you get numbers and it's like, oh, suddenly this ult will win us the round, like full stop. I understand that. But what Vitality do here probably ends up losing them the game. So first, they get on, they wait for the vines. They're like, okay, let's plant the bomb. We're good, right? They played off site here. Leaf, a little bit of whiffage. But now is when they're like, wait, we could win this, as Kix whiffs on a Yoru clone. They're like, wait, we could win this. Let's go ahead and use some ultimates. So once the Steel Garden comes out from Leaf, Durka's like, wait, I am in this position, right? I can get up here. He popped his Raze ult, and then he's going to do something a little funny with it. So pause. I want to do a quick pause here, guys. Where would you guys go with this Raze ult? Would you go to the left? Would you go to the right? What are you doing with this Raze ult? If your answer wasn't shoot it into there and somehow hits the door, because look at this. Really, I'm trying to pause this correctly. This is not, it hits the door, blows up, it barely hits Jog, but it hits Durka more. He blows himself up. Valen uses his ult, but look, now a ton of ults coming out. Safe's ult, Trex's ult. Now, Safe didn't have ult, my apologies, but now you've used 2 ults here and lost this round because he's just going to stick the bomb. That's not pretty. I said Vitality choked, so let's talk about that. But first, let's talk about this decision from G2. They are not a team that normally forces up, right? I was very shocked when I saw this live in my Discord. Join it, link in the description. But I was shocked when I was watching this with everybody because they are not a team that normally forces up, and you would only be down 5-9. Like, this is just not something that's normal from G2. But what they do is they just try and exploit B. This is going to be a theme later on, so take notes. They try and exploit B because they're going to have, in this case, the reason they're doing it is because they have close range weapons, right? Stingers, Spectres. But again, Les is going to shut all of this down with a classic. This is a kill you should be able to get easily, but because they're jumping down from hookah, the Les is able to get the 2 kills. And I mean, this round pretty much is over as long as you don't make any dumb mistakes if you're Vitality, right? 3v2, yes, but you have far superior weaponry. And while they are entrenched in sight, as you can see, it's not going to really matter because, if you'll see, wait for it, Leaf goes hunting, dies to Trex, and at that point, Jonah P's kind of cooked. Trex isn't going to peek him to make it a 2v1, so you just die to the Vandal of Durka. I mean, I don't know what else you can really do. I love G2's gameplay here. You're down 5-10. Your back is against the wall. It looks like you're going to lose Bind, and who knows what happens on Lotus. This team, though, has always been so good at keeping cool, keeping calm, and being level-headed. So the play here is force Durka into this TP. At this point, he might have had a sliver to play, and you can't really tell from this angle. No, he could not. So he has to TP. Then he doesn't expect anyone here, because why would they be here? They just use so much util over on B. Jog showed his presence, then TP'd. They're hitting B. So I'll just, half-heartedly boombot, and then open door and die. That is an insane way to get the first blood. Now, Vitality, for one, doesn't know where the execute is coming, right? As you can see here, B, A, they're like backing off B and then going in further on B. They don't know what to do because they didn't know what players are where. Spike is spread out, everyone is spread out, so you don't know what to do. Really quickly though, Vitality's ults, also just to show how crazy this comeback is, they have a big ult, and their ults are starting to get online. So even if you lose a couple rounds, you should be able to get a lot of rounds just steamrolled through ult. Probably you could get 3 rounds with, Pit, Sky's ult, Brim ult. Like, all of these ults here in their comp are high impact. There's not a single ult that you're like, oh, well, we'll just avoid that ult. But here, Vitality do kind of throw, because look at how much util you have. G2 are currently executing the bomb site. Safe has his salvos, you have Viper's molly, you have Safe's ult, and you have Brim molly. They should not be able to get a plant down on this site. And there's not really time, as you can see from Sky here. They're making sure there's not time. But then a comedy of errors occurs. So Viper Molly gets used, then salvos get used. Spike carriers down, though. After all, this should be easy, right? You still have that ult, and you still have Brim ult. He ults late. That is a very late ult here. You need to be ulting as soon as there's the tap. And now, bomb goes down. Even though it's a 3v4, it doesn't matter because G2 just aim their way out of the situation. You just lost a round you should not have lost. And it started, honestly, if G2 lose this round, I don't think they're able to come back and win the game. This probably was the beginning of the end. And again, an almost flawless game plan from G2. So Vitality pitted off rip here. And Vitality are obviously thinking, you're not going to walk through the pit. But because of Teo Drone, maybe you are. So they're keeping someone on site. They're keeping someone in spawn. This fake right here from Trent is beautiful. As soon as this Teo drone is out and Durka says, okay, I've droned this area because he's about to drone this area, Durka is going to relay to his team, all right, he's droned here. What the IGL is thinking instantly is, okay, then they're not here. I mean, like, look, he's backing up. There's some noise made over here, but this is a great fake because there's no way you're able to execute through a Viper ult without your Teo drone. That would be absurd. Even if you just go through Hookah, you still are going to have to clear him out at some point. But they do. So Durka and Safe now have to run back over. Kix is dead. Les is being bombarded with utility. And I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. G2, I think, have the highest ceiling of any team at this tournament. And either them or EDG are absolutely winning Bangkok. If another team wins, I don't know what I do. You can give me an idea in the comments for something I do. I absolutely think it's one of these two teams that win Bangkok. This post plant, though, is heartbreaking for G2 for a number of reasons. So first of all, you've executed into the site, right? Vitality have Sky ult, they have Brim ult, and you're down in numbers. You statistically should lose this. Les gets the kill on Valen. It's over. But then Jogamo, the dog in him, right, makes this a 1v1. Actually, 2v1, but it's about to be 1v1. Really quickly, I want to say, do you guys have any interest on me making a video about G2 and what they do to duelists? Because Jogamo has kind of underperformed while going to G2. IC has done better leaving. And just from some glances, I honestly think that could be part of the system. So comment below and let me know if you'd be interested about kind of what duelist, kind of what kills duelists in G2's system. Anyways, Durka on the flank, Jonah P dies. Now, he throws this nade, very common nade, right? Lots of people nade this spot, even when you're entering, honestly. It's a nade that a lot of people throw. Jog gets hit by the first wave, but the second wave kills him while he's on 5 HP. And you can see Durka going back like, with his bald-ass head over here. But yeah, he dies to the nade. The replay isn't very conclusive either. The best guess is it had some kind of momentum from being rebounded and thrown off the wall. G2 call a timeout before this round, their last one, if I recall correctly. And I mean, this is beyond important. This is critical. You have, for 2 of your players, no money. Now, Trent can buy 1, maybe 2 people, but it's still an odd money situation. You have to win this round. No timeouts left. You don't want to give them match point with no timeouts. And now, it just doesn't work. Durka has another one of his kind of just moments where he kills everyone. I don't know how he got that kill into Jogamo. Like, look at this. Just the turn, snap, leaf left to pick up the pieces. There's nothing you can do, right? Now, 8-12 match point. Vitality look like they're going to win this and then probably the series. And look at the buy for G2 this round. It's not pretty, right? Sorry for all the mic noise. My mic actually got broken. I don't know if I've showed you guys. The volume knob got broken. So if anyone knows what to kind of do with that, let me know. It's a Blue Yeti microphone. Anyways, way off topic. Jogamo kills Safe, but Durka ending up killing Leaf means that Vitality aren't up numbers, but they're about to be even with better weaponry. G2 statistically, after this kill that's about to happen by Les, should lose this round. However, Les makes a misplay here that gives G2 an opening not only into the round, not only into the game, but into the entire series. Look at this. This is obvious. You're going to do this. We know you're going to do this. And he's running. Trent gets the kill here to get numbers, and suddenly this game got a lot more interesting, right? Jogamo is in a very, very good spot here. As long as they can figure out where they're going, either kill tracks when they go B, or Kix dies to Jog here, then suddenly, as you can see the timing right there, you've won this round. Boom, it's over. Trex, they don't really have the money to go for a 1v3 here, and as you can see, he ends up just dying. Now, there was a bit of an opportunity. I'm not going to lie. Jog and Trent were both very low. However, 9-12, the comeback is starting. Now, G2 have identified a very big weakness with Vitality's comp here, and Durka and his team try and fix it. It's the B site. Durka here goes around, dies on this push, because the thought behind that push from Vitality is we'll kill one or two and kind of scare them off, because the B side is almost impossible to navigate if you're playing as G2's comp. You have Breach, Utility, which is already a nightmare. Combo that with Vice and Teo, who hopefully are getting nerfed soon, and it is almost impossible to properly anchor B here. Now, this Brimble doesn't technically get a kill, except for the one here on the kicks, and that I don't think he was stunned. I think it was just a flash. Regardless, though, 3v4, Vitality need to play very well here to be able to win, and they kind of don't. Leaf is going to get a kill because of, I don't want to say being unaware, because it's kind of an off angle, but it's also not. You should expect that when G2 has full control of the site, there is at least a chance and probably a probability of someone being here. But tries to clear it out with the molly unaware, right? So he was aware originally, but when you clear it out with the molly and it doesn't hit someone, they're like, oh, okay, they can't be up here. And then he dies, losing the round for Vitality. And if you didn't believe me when I said that their comp makes B a nightmare to hold, let's look at this round for me really quickly. So Jogamo goes ahead, ults in with a shorty, normal stuff, right? That's just some jog activities. Then they do this, which perfect timing. Flash, they're blind. Breach stun, hard for them to move. With the ult, forcing them into the only safe direction. Jog tanks his own ult to get a kill. And this round is effectively over, right? It's a 3v5. It should not be very easy to win this round. G2 have mastered the new meta, and I think it shows here. I am a bit worried for them about what happens if there's a Yoru nerf. There will be Teo nerfs, possibly Vice nerfs. I'm a bit worried about Yoru nerfs, what would happen for them. I think they'll survive without Teo. But, I mean, this was just absolute cinema. But let's go to overtime. Jogamo saves the game for them here, gets one, and then with a bit of spam, able to end up getting two. This looked messy, I'm not going to lie, but the shorty whips it out, gets two, but G2 going to lose the second round here. So does Vitality still have a chance? G2 do something here that Vitality actually did earlier in the round, and it almost makes me think that that could be why they did it. So G2 say, look, I know you're out here, Vitality. We're going to make it very hard. We're going to use a lot of util, make it hard for you to enter this site. We're going to put Jogamo right here. Les was in this position, won a round for Vitality earlier in this exact game from this spot. And now Jogamo is going to get two and get us the round because it's a completely unexpected position. We're going to flawless you, and then Leaf is going to shoot your body. That's the game plan. Now let's look at the final round. Vitality tries to get Durka inserted here, but G2 are way too disciplined to let something like an off angle, a common off angle, really break them and make them lose this round. Durka dies. Jogamo here, not really sure. He's look at this, bro. What are we doing, bro? You are not Eggster, my friend. To be fair, Jogamo's Yoru is actually very solid. Still was like snorting some, the stuff there, if you monetize now, so I don't know if I can say that. I'm not going to take any chances. But G2, on the other hand, take chances for gunfights, win them. Now Vitality are in an almost impossible situation, right? 4v2, it's a post plant. You've got to go quick. You can't drone them out. You're in a 4v2, they will just collapse on you. There's pretty much nothing Vitality can do here, and thus, they end up losing the round, and America reigns supreme. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you had a good time. Shout out to all of my members here, and most of the guys are in the Discord, but if you aren't, go ahead, join the Discord, or become a member anyways for the fun of it, and then join the Discord. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.